the beginning of a prayer of revival. I would like to begin with the context of Psalm 67. And the context was a big celebration called the Feast of the Tabernacles. The Feast of the Tabernacles was one of the three most important Jewish festivals. It celebrated the harvest at the beginning of autumn. Most people in ancient Israel were farmers, and having the harvest was a big celebration of thanksgiving to the Lord for his many blessings. This psalm was probably composed and prayed on that occasion, and the author was probably King David. Now, I live in Cork, Ireland, and certainly I am not always thankful to the Lord for the rain. And probably neither you, but if you were a farmer in ancient Israel, I bet you will be, especially if your life depending upon it. Now, in verse 1 and 2 of this psalm, it's saying, David is saying, may God be gracious to us and bless us, and make his face shine on us. Now, this is a direct quotation from Numbers 6:24 to 26. And Numbers 6:24 to 26 says, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Now, there is a very interesting detail here. This blessing or benediction was usually given at the end of the meeting, when they gathered to worship the Lord and before they went back home to the daily activities. Now the question is, why David include this benediction at the beginning of the psalm and not at the end, as it was normally given? It would be the equivalent of gathering together for a Sunday worship and the pastor begin the session saying, now you can go back home in peace. You will probably be wondering, what on earth is going on here? Now, this reaction probably have some of the Jewish listeners when read this psalm for the first time. It's almost impossible not to wonder why David included this benediction at the beginning and not at the end. Was a little bit sleepy when he wrote the psalm? I don't think so. I think he did it on purpose, of course, by changing the order of the benediction. He is connecting the worship service to the Lord to the beginning of the daily activities. He is basically saying this: the worship of the Lord doesn't finish after Sunday morning. He is saying that the worship doesn't finish when we go back home to our daily activities, but rather it begins. The Christian life doesn't happen only on a Sunday morning or in a prayer meeting. We show our Christian life in the way on which we behave with our family, with our friends, in our job, and particularly now, when everything is done online, we show the proof and faith in the Lord by the things we do online, in the things that we watch online. What we watch online, it speaks very loudly about our relationship with the Lord. Every day is a worship service to the Lord. Every day is consecrated to him. And the very first step in a revival, in a prayer of revival, is to realize this. Missions is the consequence of our awakened heart, the consequence of an awakened church, the consequence of an awakened soul. And I challenge you to think about this today. Does my online activity glorify the Lord? My everyday life show the evidence of an awakened heart? Or does it show the evidence of a heart contaminated and dominated by sin? Who I am really when nobody sees me? What's the condition of my soul before the Lord? This is the very first step in a prayer of revival. And an awakened heart is the very first step in a mission heart. God bless you.